The late Berkshire Hathaway vice chairman Charlie Munger said it best: "The first $100,000 is a and if you've ever tried to save it, you know exactly what he meant." Why does that first $100,000 feel nearly impossible to reach, while the people who break through make it look effortless? Today, I'm going to reveal the exact reasons why your first $100,000 is so difficult, and why everything changes once you cross that threshold. By the end of this video, you'll understand the hidden forces that make wealth building accelerate after you hit six figures. Why is the first $100,000 so hard? The first $100,000 is brutally difficult for one fundamental reason: the magic of compounding hasn't kicked in yet. When you're starting from zero, every dollar in your account comes directly from your income and discipline. Your money isn't working for you, you're working for every single dollar. Think about what this means in practical terms. If you're saving $500 monthly, which is more than most Americans manage, you're looking at over 16 years to reach $100,000 through savings alone. That's an entire decade and a half of discipline without the benefit of significant investment returns. Then there's the reality of expenses constantly fighting against your progress. The average American faces a gauntlet of financial obligations, rent payments that increase every year, healthcare costs rising faster than inflation, student loans that seem never-ending, and the constant temptation of lifestyle upgrades. But perhaps the biggest obstacle isn't financial at all. It's psychological. Our brains aren't naturally wired for delayed gratification or compound thinking. We're battling against hardwired instincts every time we choose to save rather than spend. Take John, who earns $50,000 annually but struggled for years to save meaningfully. Despite having a decent income, he found himself trapped in a cycle of earning and spending with little to show for his hard work. But something remarkable happens once you push through this barrier. Let me show you how everything changes after you reach your first $100,000. Opportunities. Once John finally accumulated $100,000, his financial landscape transformed almost overnight. Why? Because he didn't just have savings, he had capital. And capital is the key that unlocks doors previously bolted shut. Here's exactly how having $100,000 changes the game. With $100,000 in capital, John could finally make meaningful investments in the market. A 10% annual return, the approximate historical average of the S&P 500, generates $10,000 per year without him lifting a finger. That's nearly $1,000 monthly in passive income, accelerating his wealth-building journey dramatically. His capital now qualified him for investment properties previously out of reach. Using $25,000 as a down payment on a $125,000 rental property, he secured an asset that generates monthly cash flow while simultaneously appreciating in value. With financial security beneath him, John found the confidence to launch the side business he'd been dreaming about for years. Having capital meant he could invest in equipment, marketing, and inventory without the crippling fear of financial ruin. Perhaps most importantly, having $100,000 created financial resilience. John could now pursue opportunities with higher reward potential, knowing he had a safety net beneath him. The results speak for themselves. Within just 3 years of reaching $100,000, James had grown his net worth to $250,000 without significantly increasing his saving rate. His money had finally started working as hard as he did. The mindset shift that changes everything. Now let me reveal the game-changing psychological transformation that happens when you cross the $100,000 threshold. A shift more powerful than any investment strategy. When you're struggling to build your first $100,000, money feels like a scarce resource that constantly slips through your fingers. But once you break through, something profound happens in your relationship with money. It transforms from a source of stress into a powerful tool working on your behalf. This mindset shift creates a virtuous cycle. As your confidence grows, you make better financial decisions. As your decisions improve, your results strengthen. As your results strengthen, your confidence grows further. This positive feedback loop accelerates your wealth-building journey in ways that pure mathematics can't fully explain. Every decision becomes more strategic and less emotional. And here's where the real magic happens. Compound interest, Einstein's eighth wonder of the world, finally becomes your ally instead of a theoretical concept. Your money starts generating its own money, creating a snowball effect that grows larger and moves faster with each passing year. Now that we understand why the first $100,000 is so hard and why it gets easier afterward, let's talk about how you can reach this milestone faster. Tips for saving your first $100,000. Tip 1. Set clear goals. The path to $100,000 begins with absolute clarity about why this milestone matters to you personally. Vague aspirations produce vague results, but specific goals create specific outcomes. Ask yourself, what will $100,000 enable in your life? Your answer becomes your motivational fuel when discipline feels difficult. Don't just keep these goals in your head. Write them down with detailed specifics and timelines. The most effective approach is breaking your $100,000 goal into smaller milestones. $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, and $75,000. Celebrating these achievements creates psychological momentum that carries you forward, even when progress feels slow. Tip 2. Create a budget. Your budget isn't just a financial tool, it's the control center of your wealth-building operation. Without a budget, you're essentially building your financial future blindfolded. Start by tracking every dollar for 30 days using an app or even a simple spreadsheet. This exercise alone often reveals thousands in potential annual savings hiding in plain sight. Unused subscriptions, emotional spending patterns, or inefficient bill payments. The most successful wealth builders follow a simple allocation formula, the 50-30-20 rule. Allocate 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to saving and investing. If 20% sounds impossible right now, start with 1% and increase by 1% each month. You'll reach 20% within 2 years without feeling deprived. Tip 3. Automate your savings. Willpower is a finite resource that depletes throughout the day. Relying on discipline alone to save consistently is like trying to build a house with a hammer that gets smaller with each nail you drive. The solution? Remove willpower from the equation entirely through automation. Set up automatic transfers that move money directly from your paycheck to your investment accounts before you ever see it in your checking account. This pay-yourself-first approach ensures your financial future gets funded before discretionary spending begins. Start with whatever percentage feels comfortable, even 5%, and increase it by 1% every 3 months. This gradual approach prevents lifestyle shock while steadily accelerating your progress toward $100,000. Tip 4. Increase your income. While cutting expenses creates a solid foundation, increasing your income provides rocket fuel for your wealth-building journey. There's a hard limit to how much you can save, but no ceiling on what you can earn. The most accessible starting point is monetizing skills you already possess through side hustles. Do you have expertise in a specific area? Consider freelance consulting, tutoring, or creating digital products that leverage your knowledge. Don't overlook maximizing your primary income source either. Most employees leave thousands on the table by not negotiating salaries or pursuing internal promotions. Remember, a $5,000 raise invested annually at 7% becomes over $75,000 in just 10 years. The wealth-building elite focus on building multiple income streams, typically a primary career, a side business, and passive investments. Each stream accelerates your journey exponentially, creating financial resilience while speeding progress toward your first $100,000. Tip 5. Invest early. Here's a truth that transforms financial trajectories. Starting early matters more than starting big. The mathematics of compounding creates an enormous advantage for those who begin investing with small amounts today versus those who wait to invest larger amounts tomorrow. Consider this. One investor starts at $25, putting in $200 a month. Another waits until $35, but doubles it, $400 a month. Both invest consistently until they're 65. Now here's the kicker. The second investor contributes more money overall, $144,000 compared to $96,000. Yet the first one still ends up with significantly more wealth. Why? Because she gave her money 10 extra years to compound. So, what's the exact difference between their final amounts? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's see who gets it right. Don't wait until you feel ready or have a significant amount to begin investing. The market doesn't care about the size of your initial contribution. It rewards time in the market far more than timing the market. Tip 6. Stay educated. Financial education isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that pays exponential dividends throughout your life. The most successful wealth builders treat financial learning as a non-negotiable priority, investing time weekly to strengthen their money knowledge. Every hour invested in financial education potentially returns thousands in practical application throughout your life. The most valuable knowledge focuses on timeless principles rather than trendy tactics. Tax optimization, investment allocation, and behavioral psychology will serve you decades after the latest financial fad has faded. Tip 7. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Your financial habits are heavily influenced by your 5 closest relationships. If those around you prioritize conspicuous consumption over conscious investing, you're swimming upstream against a powerful current. Seek communities, both online and offline, where wealth building is normalized and celebrated. This environmental design isn't about abandoning existing relationships. It's about intentionally adding influences that support your financial goals. When you're surrounded by others on similar journeys, challenges seem more surmountable and progress becomes contagious. Tip 8. Avoid lifestyle inflation. There's a silent wealth killer that derails more financial journeys than almost any other factor: lifestyle inflation. Each time your income increases, expenses rise to match, creating an illusion of progress while your savings rate remains unchanged. The antidote is simple but requires discipline. Maintain your current lifestyle for at least 6 months after any income increase, directing 100% of the additional money toward investments or debt reduction. This doesn't mean permanent deprivation. It means intentional timing of lifestyle upgrades. By delaying consumption today, you accelerate your timeline to much greater abundance tomorrow. Tip 9. Use tax-advantaged accounts. The wealthy understand a fundamental truth. It's not what you earn that matters. It's what you keep. Tax optimization is among the most powerful yet underutilized strategies for accelerating wealth accumulation. Start by maximizing contributions to tax-advantaged retirement accounts like 401ks, especially if your employer offers matching contributions. That's literally free money. And Roth IRAs, which provide tax-free growth and withdrawals. These vehicles create a force field around your investments, protecting them from taxation that would otherwise erode your returns significantly. The difference between taxable and tax-advantaged growth over decades isn't just significant, it's often life-changing. Tip 10. Be patient and stay consistent. Perhaps the most important principle is the simplest. Patience paired with consistency is an unbeatable wealth-building combination. The journey to your first $100,000 typically feels slow until suddenly, it doesn't. Financial progress follows a hockey stick pattern rather than a straight line. Those who abandon their strategy during the flat early years miss the explosive growth waiting just beyond the horizon. The most powerful wealth-building tool isn't a particular investment strategy or tax loophole. It's your belief about what's possible for your financial future. Those who believe they're destined for wealth make dramatically different decisions than those who view financial success as a distant possibility. So, there you have it. The exact blueprint for breaking through the challenging barrier of your first $100,000 and setting yourself up for the exponentially easier growth that follows. And remember, this doesn't end here. There are even more strategies coming up in future videos that will help you accelerate your journey even further. Are you committed to reaching your first $100,000 milestone? Comment below what's your biggest financial challenge. And if you're serious about transforming your financial future, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss the strategies that could change everything for you.